Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wednesday, where every Wednesday I try to teach you something new. And yes, if you notice behind me, I have my Christmas snowman out. I've decorated for Christmas. You know what? Deal with it. Are you ready to learn? Let's get it on. As always, welcome back to the Michael Baugher Show. Of course, I'm your host, Mike. And today, we're going to learn about something that people hate almost as much as they do Donald Trump. And it has to deal with Donald Trump. It's called the Electoral College. But first, I want to show this off for you. Let me see if I can get that in my safety pin. And yes, I'm wearing it just like everybody else because I want people to know, no matter what gender, no matter what race, no matter what sexual orientation, I don't care what country you're from, you're safe with me and I'm not going to judge you. Now, let's get talking about the Electoral College. Now, the Electoral College was originally designed by our founding fathers. They had a few options back when we were a loose conglomerate of states. Because before the Electoral College, what they would do is their Congress would cast a vote twice. And whoever got the most votes was president, and the second most votes vice president. They decided that this needed to change and they wanted to do something nice for the country, and I forget all the ideas they chose, but one of them was popular vote and one of them was Electoral College. And they decided to go for the Electoral College because it gave smaller states more of a say in who was president. Now, the Electoral College chooses delegates by adding the amount of representatives you have with the amount of senators you have. So, say each state has 2 senators, which means they already get 2 electoral votes. And then say your state has 3 or 4 representatives, then you've got 5 or 6 electoral votes right there. And they go by state, and whichever's in that state gets the votes from those electoral delegates. Now, the electoral delegates are actually not chosen by you or me. The electoral delegates are chosen by the actual parties themselves, the DNC and the RNC. And most of them do sign a pledge stating they will vote for their party's nominee. There are no federal laws that say a delegate has to vote for whoever wins that state, but there are state laws that there are penalties if some delegates don't vote their party's way, and in some states your vote is actually nullified if you don't vote your party's way. So just like we've seen last election, it is possible to win without popular vote. And if memory serves me correctly, in the 1800s a president won because of the Electoral College and did not get the popular vote. George Bush Jr. won by the Electoral College and did not get the popular vote. And now Donald Trump won by the Electoral College and not the popular vote. Now, the Electoral College might have seemed like a good idea back in the 1700s to make sure everybody had a fair say in who became president, because people were scattered so much, everyone at least got 2 votes, and then depending on how many representatives you got more than that. But now I think we've evolved more to a society to where we need to start going by popular vote. By no means am I a Hillary Clinton supporter. By no means am I a Donald Trump supporter. But every exit poll I've seen, all the votes counted, Hillary Clinton won by a couple 100,000 votes, which means technically she should be the next president. The Electoral College is something outdated. It shouldn't even be a thing anymore. We have technology. We live close enough to each other to be able to talk amongst ourselves, to be able to vote, and to be able to decide for ourselves. Not say we want this person as president and then hope that someone who my state's party selected goes and votes for that president. I'm actually calling for a protest, and to protest the system and Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. I'm hoping that all the delegates vote for nobody. It would be pretty interesting to see what happens. Maybe we'll change the system pretty quick, but the system does need to change. It was great for the 1700s, but not so much today. And basically that is the Electoral College in a nutshell. Instead of our founding fathers thought it was better than popular vote, it certainly was easier than popular vote back then because people lived long distances and communications were hard. But now that that's changed, we need an amendment. We need to start electing all our representatives by popular votes. Thank you very much for tuning into the Michael Baugher Show. I'm Mike. I love you guys, and remember, spread love, not hate.